5 Charlotte Flair WWE feuds that disappointed everyone. Charlotte Flair is a highly decorated, multi-time WWE champion who has dominated the women's division since her 2015 main roster debut. Despite her spot as one of the industry's top performers, her booking has made her one of the company's most polarizing stars. Tiffany Stratton even said that the Queen pours water on the rising fire of any newer star. Many fans are worried that Flair will once again be a promising up-and-coming performer at WrestleMania 41. Some love the continuation of her father's gimmick and her athleticism. Others, however, are tired of her constant pushes in the title picture. Flair may be one of the greatest women in WWE history, but the following 5 feuds disappointed many fans. Number 5. Hot potatoing the title with Sasha Banks in 2016. One of Flair's earliest feuds was also one of the most maddening. She beat both Becky Lynch and Sasha Banks in a triple threat match at WrestleMania 32. After a few wins over Natalya, Flair engaged in a feud with Banks for the rest of 2016. In all, the title changed hands 6 times between July 25 and December 18, fast-tracking Flair toward her father's record of 16 world championships. It was also unevenly booked, as each time Sasha Banks won, the match occurred on Raw. When Flair regained the belt, it was at a PLE like SummerSlam or Hell in a Cell. Having so many swaps in 6 months greatly devalued the title simply to prop up the Queen's number of championship victories. Number 4. Ending Asuka's undefeated streak in WWE in 2018. By the time the first ever Women's Royal Rumble came around in 2018, Flair's constant presence in the title scene was already an issue. Asuka came off a dominant 500-plus day run as NXT Women's Champion and was never pinned. The Empress of Tomorrow joined Royal and won the Rumble. She opted to challenge Charlotte Flair at WrestleMania 34. Instead of creating a new force in the women's division, Flair simply defeated Asuka at WrestleMania with a lackluster build-up. Mr. McMahon was still in charge of WWE at the time and didn't regard anything happening in NXT as important. The decision only propped Flair up even more while ending a run that could have helped someone else. Number 3. Beating a young Rhea Ripley in 2020. Since WWE always booked Flair in the title picture, they were in a strange spot in 2020 when she was booked to win the Royal Rumble. Becky Lynch and Bayley were the champions at the time, and Flair had feuded with both numerous times. Bookers went an alternate route to have the Queen challenge NXT Women's Champion Rhea Ripley. Some fans thought that this would finally be the time when Flair would lose to a hyped-up incomer, but again, it didn't happen. Despite the quality of the matches, Flair beat Ripley and had an uneventful run as NXT Women's Champion. As if it wasn't bad enough, the Queen dropped the title a few months later in another triple threat, but Io Sky pinned Ripley. Number 2. Nikki Ash's brief title run after Money in the Bank in 2021. Flair was feuding again with Ripley, the Raw Women's Champion at the time in 2021. History repeated itself needlessly yet again when she bested the Eradicator for the title of the Money in the Bank PLE. Nikki Ash won the women's case on the same night and cashed in on Flair on Raw 2 days after Money in the Bank. The cash-in led to a triple threat match at SummerSlam. This situation felt like an excuse for Flair and Ripley to challenge for the title without either getting pinned. It also felt like a rush to get rid of the briefcase. However, a quick turnaround has played the women's Money in the Bank case, with 5 winners cashing in within 2 days of claiming the contract. Number 1. A brief feud with Toni Storm in 2021 led to her quitting WWE. After a run as NXT UK Women's Champion, Toni Storm briefly moved stateside to work in Florida. She was quickly promoted to SmackDown, where she started what would be the last feud of her WWE career. The Queen, as she always does, hurt the credibility of a new star by not taking her seriously. Things went even further when Flair hit Storm in the face with not 1 but 2 pies laid out for Thanksgiving. The humiliating exchange led Storm to ask for her release, and the rest is history. Perhaps it was a blessing in disguise for the Timeless One, but at the time, it was another disappointing instance of Flair burying a WWE opponent.